Something huge is happening right now, just kind of under the surface of the tech world. The basic economics of how software gets made, they're going through this insane, super fast transformation. Okay, let's get right into it. It all really boils down to this one pretty startling question. Is the cost of building all the apps and tools we use every single day about to just plummet by 90%? I know, it sounds like a crazy exaggeration, but it's a question we have to take seriously.
And yeah, just to be crystal clear, that number, 90%, that's not a typo. We're not talking about some slow, gradual improvement over a decade. Nope. We're talking about a massive, once-in-a-generation disruption in what it costs to build software. A change so big and so fast, it's probably going to catch a whole lot of people completely by surprise come 2026.
So obviously that leads to the big question. How on earth is a 90% price drop even possible? I mean, where are these unbelievable savings actually coming from? Let's break it down.
Okay, just look at this comparison, because it lays it all out. On the left, you've got the old way, right? A team of 5, maybe more, taking a month to build something. And on the right, the new way, 1 or 2 people doing the exact same thing in about a week. The team size just shrinks, the timeline completely collapses, and all that project overhead, it pretty much just evaporates.
And this is where the real magic is. The savings aren't just about an AI typing code faster than a human. It's about the near total collapse of all that friction. You know what I'm talking about? The daily meetings, managing tickets, code reviews, waiting for the back-end team to finish so the front-end team can start. All that waiting around just starts to disappear.
This quote just nails it. The hard part, the thinking time, figuring out what to build and why, that still takes a skilled person. But the time it takes to turn that thought into actual working code, that part, the implementation, it's just completely collapsed. And here's a really concrete example to make this real for you. Writing tests is super important, but man, is it a grind. Well, an AI agent can now pump out a full test suite. We're talking over 300 tests in just a couple of hours. That same job would have taken an expert human developer days to do. That's not just a little improvement, that's a wild productivity jump.
So if software is becoming so much cheaper and faster to build, what does that actually mean? I mean, it sounds like it could be bad news for jobs, right? But the economics of it tell a totally different and frankly, much more interesting story.
This is the question on everybody's mind. If one person with an AI can do the work of 5, does that mean 4 people are out of a job? It's a completely logical fear, but history suggests the outcome is going to be the exact opposite. And the reason why is this fascinating idea from economics called Jevons paradox. It's a bit counterintuitive, but it basically says that when technology makes something way more efficient, we don't just use less of it. We actually end up consuming way more of it. The classic example here is the light bulb. It was so much more efficient than candles. But did we just sit in dimly lit rooms and pat ourselves on the back for saving energy? Of course not. We lit up everything, our houses, our streets, entire cities. Making light cheaper didn't lead to less light. It led to an absolute explosion of it. So how does this light bulb idea apply to software? Well, it's about to unlock this thing economists call latent demand. Think of it as a huge, untapped ocean of projects that were always just too expensive to even consider. Here's how it plays out in the real world. A company wants some new internal tool. They get a quote for $50,000. Too expensive. Project goes on the shelf to die. But now, with AI, a developer can build that same thing for maybe $5,000. All of a sudden, it's a no-brainer. Approved instantly. That right there is latent demand being unlocked. And when you multiply that by millions of businesses, we're about to see way more software getting built than ever before. Seriously, just try to picture the scale of this. Think about every company you've ever worked for, and all those critical, clunky processes they run on thousands of messy Excel spreadsheets. Now, imagine every single one of those spreadsheets becoming its own clean, dedicated app. That is the size of the opportunity we're talking about. It's massive. Okay, so if we're going to be building this tidal wave of new software, what's the human's job in all of this? Well, the value is shifting, big time. It's moving away from the hands on the keyboard and into the head. This is probably the most important takeaway. The value a developer brings to the table isn't about how fast they can type code anymore. The real value, the thing that matters, is the conceptual thinking. It's about strategy, design, and guiding the whole process. So what's your new competitive advantage, your new moat? It's not about memorizing a programming language. It's about having deep knowledge of an industry. It's about high-level strategy, and it's about the new skill of, well, babysitting the AI. Knowing how to guide it,
how to correct it when it goes down a bad path, and just iterating really, really fast.
You know, for decades, people in tech have talked about this idea of the 10x engineer, this sort of mythical developer who's 10 times more productive than anyone else. For a long time, it was mostly just that, a myth. But with a skilled human paired with these new AI tools, that myth is finally a reality.
All right, so as we wrap this up, it's really important to get, this isn't some far-off theoretical change. It is happening right now. And history has a pretty clear warning about what happens when you ignore shifts like this. I mean, just think back to 2007 when the iPhone came out. What was the common complaint from the experts? It's just a toy. Sound familiar? It's the exact same objection people have to AI coding agents today. It just makes too many mistakes. We all know how the iPhone story played out. And those objections, they're becoming wrong faster than anyone realizes. This idea that AI is only good for new, simple projects is a perfect example. The truth is, these tools are becoming incredible for understanding ancient, complicated code bases where the original developers are long gone. That's a huge pain point that's suddenly getting solved. So, we'll leave you with this final thought. This massive wave of innovation, it isn't coming, it's already here. The only real question left is, are you going to be one of the people building with it? Or are you going to be watching from the shore as you get left behind? Thanks for watching.